Susan stayed home for several days, waiting for the teeth marks on her cheek to fade before venturing out in search of a new job. However, each interview ended in rejection. "Miss Drew, we don't hire copycats." "Miss Drew, your scandal is well known in the industry. No one dares hire you." "Miss Drew, the Drew family has warned the entire industry. Hiring you means opposing them." Dejected, Susan stepped out of her latest failed interview, frustration gnawing at her insides. She had worked tirelessly towards her education and career, only to be cast aside like yesterday's news. What was she supposed to do now? Switch to a different industry entirely? Honk, honk. The blaring sound of a car horn startled her. She turned absent-mindedly, barely registering the sleek black Land Rover idling next to her. "Susan, long time no see." A familiar, handsome face leaned out of the driver's side window, his warm smile instantly lighting up the cold afternoon. "Joseph?" Her eyes widened in surprise and joy. Joseph Kendall, her senior from university, someone she had admired greatly during her time studying abroad. "I saw you walking out of the building. What are you doing here?" he asked curiously, parking his car by the curb and waving her over. Still dazed, Susan approached and climbed into the passenger seat. "I was here for an interview," she admitted awkwardly, "but I didn't get the job." His brows furrowed in disbelief. "With your qualifications? That doesn't make sense." A bitter smile tugged at her lips. "I've fallen out with my family and there's a plagiarism scandal tied to my name. My reputation in California is ruined." Joseph's expression softened with understanding but remained resolute. "I refuse to believe you'd plagiarize anyone. If anything, others would plagiarize you." His confident tone disarmed her, stirring a warmth she hadn't felt in a long time. "I recently started a design firm here in California," he continued. "We're still building a team. Join us." Susan blinked, stunned by his offer. "Aren't you even a little skeptical of me?" He smiled gently. "I know you, Susan. You're talented and trustworthy. I even suggested we start a business together back in Perth after graduation, but you chose to stay behind. For your family and your boyfriend." Her gaze dropped. "We broke up." Joseph's smile faded briefly, replaced by something unreadable. "Then maybe it's time for a new beginning." His expression softened as he offered a gentle reassurance. "It's all right. You're still young and beautiful. You'll find someone much better." Susan smiled wryly. "Enough about me. Looks like you're doing pretty well yourself. I heard you're one of the top 3 designers in Italy now, and you've even published several books. What brings you to California?" "World domination." Joseph chuckled, shaking his head modestly. "Join my company if you think I'm capable. I need talents like you." His voice turned serious. "I can offer you a competitive salary, and if things go well, you could become a shareholder when we hit the market." His sincerity left her momentarily speechless. "All right," she grinned playfully. "How about I treat you to dinner tonight to celebrate you becoming my boss?" As they drove off, Susan dialed Ethan's number. "I won't be home for dinner. Sort it out yourself." On the other end, Ethan's voice was sharp with irritation. He'd endured subtle jabs all day about the faded teeth marks still visible on his cheek. "What is it this time? Don't be so reckless that you'll need me to rescue you again. I'm busy." Again, frustration surged within Susan. She had spent the past few days quietly cooking meals at home. "I'm just having dinner with a friend from when I studied abroad," she retorted. A sarcastic laugh echoed through the phone. "Oh, a university friend this time? Don't forget how your high school friend landed you in a hotel scandal last time." "Whatever, bye." She ended the call abruptly, seething. Joseph, observing her reaction, cautiously asked, "New boyfriend? Or husband?" Susan's eyes widened. "No way, it's just my housemate." Though legally married to Ethan, she couldn't bring herself to acknowledge the cold, transactional relationship they shared. Joseph's lips twitched into a faint smile. "It sounded more like you were arguing with a partner." Really?" Her heart skipped a beat. Living under the same roof, she and Ethan often bickered. Maybe that was why it sounded personal. Shaking off the thought, she focused on catching up with Joseph. Their dinner stretched into the late evening, filled with laughter and nostalgia. By 9 p.m., he pulled up outside Opel Harbor and parked the car. "It was really nice seeing you again," Susan said sincerely. "Remember to report to me tomorrow morning. I've accepted a villa case in the Green Mountain area. You'll go over to take the measurements tomorrow." "Sure." She waved him goodbye. Her eyes trailed the Porsche into the far distance before she turned around to head to the house. As Susan approached the entrance of Opel Harbor, she froze. Ethan stood on the steps above her, dressed in casual loungewear. His dark eyes locked onto hers, icy and unreadable. "Your friend is a man?" His deep voice sliced through the quiet night, each word dripping with restrained anger. His brows were knitted so tightly that the crease between them could crush a fly. Susan sighed inwardly. His piercing gaze felt sharper than usual, and she could sense the brewing storm behind those cold eyes. "Yes," she admitted evenly. "He's my senior from university." Before she could explain further, Ethan's expression hardened. "Susan, let me remind you, you chose to marry me." His voice was calm but carried a dangerous edge. "Even if this is just a contract marriage, you'd better watch your behavior. I won't tolerate betrayal." The warmth from her joyful evening instantly drained away, replaced by a cold, sinking sensation. "What are you even implying?" she asked, stunned. "I just went out for dinner with a friend. Is that a crime now?" His lips twisted into a cynical smirk. "Who knows? We've only known each other a short time." His accusation felt like a slap, sharp and undeserved. She clenched her fists, swallowing the sting of his words. How foolish she had been to think there might be a soft side beneath his harsh demeanor. Ethan crossed his arms, his voice cutting like ice. "Don't forget what happened last time. You should have learned by now." Susan felt her throat tighten but said nothing. Inside the house. As Ethan disappeared into the living room, Susan resisted the urge to stomp her feet. She'd wanted to share the good news about her new job, but his coldness made her think twice. Annoyed, she headed toward the bedroom to grab fresh clothes when his deep voice echoed behind her. "I'm hungry." Turning slowly, she saw him lounging on the couch, his intense gaze fixed on her like a restless waiting to be fed. Susan clenched her jaw, still fuming from earlier. "Sorry, I'm tired." She deliberately stressed the last word, daring him to push further. Ethan's face remained impassive, but the corners of his lips curved into a faint, knowing smirk. "This is the love you claim you have for me?" Her heart skipped a beat. She cursed inwardly, remembering all the ridiculous declarations she'd made in the past to cover her tracks. "I don't love you," she thought bitterly. "What I love is the title of being Jacob's cousin-in-law. Get that clear." Letting out a frustrated huff, she yanked open the fridge and retrieved the baked sweet dumplings she had prepared the previous night. From behind the glass sliding door, Ethan watched her every move, his eyes darkening with something far more complex than irritation. She'll never learn, he thought grimly, yet couldn't tear his gaze away.
Hey amazing viewers, it's Susan here. Thanks for sticking with us. By the time of the release of this video, only 11% of our viewers have joined the party by subscribing, and 89% of you might miss out on our next mind-blowing video. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the exclusive club.